I don't want us to all eat bugs. I'm not eating bugs. Guys, I'm not on the bug eating train. I'm not eating bugs. I don't give a fuck. Why is there so much fucking?
Told my wife some things about fucking.
In this community, we have to stop it. We have to take the left values test. A political compass test designed to find where exactly you are on the multi-tiered scale of being a lefty. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's get the fuck started. Reforming capitalist society to achieve better rights for workers is desirable. Yep. Wait. Reforming capitalist society. I see. Tricky words. No. Yes, it's still desirable. Yes, of course. You should do revolution and reform. You can do both. Revolution is the best way of achieving a socialist society. Yes. Liberal democracy is a viable way of achieving a socialist society. No. Capital holders will never give up their capital. Never. They will never do it through democracy. Workplace democracy within capitalism is an acceptable alternative to a complete socialization of the economy. No. So long as there is, capital, privately owned enterprise exists within an economy, they will seek to rapidly consume whatever democratized workplaces there are.
And how do you get that, eh? By exploiting the workers, by hanging on to outdated imperialist dogma which perpetuates the economic and social differences in our society.
Revolutionary violence is acceptable as long as the final outcome is positive. Yep. Modern social democracy is a betrayal of left-wing values. Yep. Oppressed people have the right to engage in a violent uprising when all other options have been exhausted. Yep. It is possible to peacefully convince the ruling class to conform to a socialist society. Ha! They didn't tell me they'd be comedy here. Capitalism will induce its own demise through contradictions that result in crisis. Yes, class conflict is a force that has influenced much of human history. Yes, class conflict is the influencing force of human history. Yes, absolutely.
Karl Marx, the struggle of class against class is a what struggle?
The
struggle. Good, yes it is indeed.
The principles of workplace democracy and self-management are desirable 100%. That's like my, yeah, absolutely. The state can be best defined as a monopoly on violence and oppression. I don't know if that's the best definition of a state. The state does not have a monopoly on oppression at all. It has a monopoly on violence, but not on oppression, not even close. I'm neutral on this one. I would say yes if it was violence, but the oppression one kills it for me. Corporations and individual actors are perfectly capable. Systemic oppression can exist outside of the state, 100%. I'm going neutral. A highly centralized planned economy is not socialism, but rather state capitalism. True! How do we deal with oppression of the proletariat? What if they all worked for an all-powerful authoritarian? True! It is necessary to establish a dictatorship of the proletariat as a transitionary stage between capitalism and socialism. So to those of you who don't know, dictatorship of the proletariat doesn't literally mean a dictatorship. It's kind of stupidly named. It just means a society that is run by and for the interests of the proletariat. That's what it means.
The development of the industrial proletariat is conditioned by what other development?
The development of the industrial bourgeoisie.
Good, yes it is indeed. Well done, Carl.
But yeah, I agree, yeah. Yeah, dictatorship of the proletariat was terrible marketing. Terrible name.
Vaush, this is a disclaimer from Soros Inc. We are inclined to inform you that the results of this test are being monitored by your Antifa supervisor and will affect your monthly payment depending on how you do. Have a nice day. Esteban Bonelli, Assistant CEO at the Socialist Centrist Department of Soros Inc.
Excellent Orwell's nightmare. Nationalism and patriotism are impulses that are unacceptable in a socialist society. True! Get that shit out of here.
Get that garbage out of here.
Don't even need to think about that. Remember, nationalism and patriotism are ideas designed to keep you alienated from those of the working class in other countries. Keep that shit out of here. The international proletariat belongs to no country. This is meme language right here. Like, this doesn't actually mean anything, but I agree with the sentiment very strongly, yes.
Who won the English Football Cup in 1949?
The workers control the means of production. The struggle of the urban proletariat.
No, it was Wolverhampton Wanderers who beat Leicester 3-1.
Trade unions and worker councils should form the basis of a socialist society. True! Only a mass workers' party can achieve any meaningful long-term goals. True!
When are you going to stop playing games with God?
Climate change is a major global threat that all socialists must fiercely combat. Yes, easily. It is foolish to expect renewable energy sources to be able to replace fossil fuels. What? No? No, it's not. We can absolutely do it if we invest in it hard enough. Also, we need nuclear. We need nuclear power. Yeah, we need nuclear gas.
Nuclear.
It will be important to implement extensive environmental protections as part of achieving socialism. Strong agree. A big part. Socialism just means worker-owned means of production. That's what it means. There are still going to be market failures that need to be accounted for. Experimental, environmentally friendly food sources like cultured meat are worth investing in. Yeah, totally. Wait, 100%. Yeah. We must radically alter our food consumption in order to limit the exploitation of nature. Yeah. Soft agree. Radically, I don't want us to all eat bugs.
There's your food. There's your protein blocks. So that's how it's made.
I'm not eating bugs. Guys, I'm not on the bug eating train. I'm not eating bugs. I don't give a fuck. I have guns. You fucking jackbooted thugs will have to come to my house and force me to eat guns. I'll fucking blast in Minecraft. I'm not eating bugs. Humanity must return to the primitive ways of the past to avoid long-term climate issues. Strong disagree. We could fix what's going wrong right now. All we need to do is apply our resources properly. The oppression of LGBTQ+ people is a major issue, needs to be seriously addressed. Yep, easy. We're on the progressive
Lightning round!
questions. Traditional gender roles, such as women being housemakers, need to be overcome. Yup. Marriage is a patriarchal social construct that should be phased out. Yup. Abortion is an immoral act that should be banned or significantly limited. Nope. Religions overall have a mostly positive effect to remain influential society. Nope. Ethnic minorities should be considered equal to the majority population. Yup. What is this, like a Nosbold test? Prisons are oppressive and antiquated institutions that need to be abolished. Prisons are horrible. I have never heard a good argument for abolishing them. Replaced with re-education centers? I would rather have a prison than a re-education center. Jesus Christ. Yeah, there are people who can't be rehabilitated. Yeah, guys, there are just some really bad people in the world. Not intrinsically, but there are just some really bad people. Yes, guys, I want prisons to be very reformed. I want them to be rehabilitative. I want them to be sane and safe and humane. I want prison to be a place where people can grow and learn from their mistakes. But the idea that, like, all prisons should be abolished? Well, what about the rapists and murderers? Like, these people actually do exist. These are real people that exist. There are people who are just fucked in the head and will just hurt other people. They really do exist.
Well, you know, in olden times, tribes would use social ostracization or exile as a way of...
What the fuck are you talking about? You want to just socially ostracize murderers? Okay. You want to just... What the fuck does that mean? Exile? Do you exile them to, like, the forests?
Don't ever come by here.
Or to another city? So you just export the problem to a different city? No. Prisons need to exist, guys. You cannot achieve a socialist society without also making significant social progress. I think you can have a socialist society that's every bit as racist and sexist and transphobic or whatever as a capitalist society. However, being a socialist society does intrinsically mean that you have made social progress because you're elevating one of the most oppressed classes of all, the worker. So, yeah, I agree. Soft agree. Let's see. Very revolutionary, very scientific. Decentralist. I actually expected to be much more decentralist than this. Very international. Apparently I lean more towards party than union? Really? Fuck, I'm a tanky. No, I'm anti-union. Well, Might as well fucking roll with it. Guys, socialism never meant seizing the means of production for fucking... for workers, okay? It always meant state control of industry. Time for me to ban myself. I'm a council communism. Council communism is a form of Marxism that advocates for worker councils being the core foundation of a socialist society. Well, I completely agree with that. Wait, if I believe worker councils are the core foundation, then why am I more party than union? What is a worker council but a union? Council communists generally oppose the existence of strong influence by political parties within the socialist political system, favoring council. Wait, if I oppose strong influence from political parties, then how am I more party? Okay, I have no idea. Market anarchist, which is funny because market anarchist is what I claim to be, and utopian socialism. Utopian socialism is a form of pre-Marxist socialism that believes highly in an egalitarian, moralistic, and idealistic foundation for a socialist society. They generally reject violent revolution and often believe the ruling class can be convinced to adopt socialism. Nice meme.
Nice meme.
Alright, well there we go. I don't know what the fuck happened with Party Union, but... Listen, I don't give a fuck about my label, okay? I literally don't give a fuck. I call myself an Anson.
I told you, we're an anarcho-syndicalist commune.
Because I identify a lot with the, with what I've read about that ideology, but I prefer just going by fucking leftist, okay? I really don't give a shit. I'll argue for the ideas that I think are good, regardless of the fucking ideological orientation they align with. I don't dislike tankies because they're tankies. I dislike tankies because the individual ideas that they posit are bad.
I thought we were an autonomous collective.
You're fooling yourself. We're living in a dictatorship. A self-perpetuating autocracy in which the working classes...
Oh, there you go, bringing class into it again.
That's what it's all about. If only people would
Please,
realize...
please, good people.
Ah, now we see the violence inherent in the system.
Shut up!